What's up, guys? I'm SaltEMike. This is something I've done a while back. I made some videos on my main channel that were titled Salty Thoughts, and they were just kind of, hey, something just come out. I want to share my opinion about it, and it's not a guide, it's not a podcast. It was basically before the SaltEMike's React channel came out, and most of the content that you see on SaltEMike Reacts is something that is just cut from my live stream of, hey, we're checking something out, whether it's a post or a video or something like that. But this is something that's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of that format of SaltEMike's or Salty Thoughts. And I want to talk about the Red Festival or Lunar New Year with you guys. We had some expectations that they were going to be doing rewards very similar to the holiday rewards where they did the advent calendar. They sort of hinted at that, but they went about it in a way that well, just to be honest, didn't really expect. And yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit here. Essentially, this is just some promo video of it, but they went ahead and did the same thing. Put in a code and you get a reward. This year's rewards, I'll bring up my hanger here. This year's rewards, or at least right now, are putting in a code and you get these roosters. Okay, cool. But something that they stated on Spectrum and in the Red Festival update here is that we're not just going to get these roosters. We are also going to get these envelopes. So there's a rooster, there's a ram, there's a monkey, and they will be distributed based on whether or not you logged in to the Red Festival during the previous Red Festivals from previous years. Something we never knew about at that time when we were playing. There are a lot of collectors in the game. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm assuming I logged in every single time during one of these festivals. If I didn't, that would be disappointing, right? Because I didn't know any better. And if I would have known, I would have logged in. And I'm not going to freak out about this too much. But I think it is a really good example of just like, doesn't really make a lot of sense to do it that way. I think you could say going forward, we'll do that. We'll distribute all of the red envelopes to everyone else. If you've backed in previous years, maybe something like that. And then we'll start tracking now that you know. That's sort of how I would have done it. I don't know what you guys think. I really just wanted to sort of share that with you. If you look in your hangar now, like I just showed the roosters, they're not going to be in your hangar. They are going to be distributed at the end. So previous year's envelopes will be distributed closer to the end of the festival, so don't fret if you're not seeing them right away. We will distribute the ram, monkey, and horse envelopes based on whether or not you logged in during their respective year. For example, if you logged in during Lunar New Year 2020, you will be eligible for the year of the horse envelope. Okay. That's all fine and great if we knew about it in 2020, right? And I'm not a huge fan of this. Like I'm even going to react with a thumbs down on that. And it's for this kind of reasoning. Maybe I share the same sort of excitement for collecting that Sladowug does here. And he says, feels very bad to lose out on a holiday reward for permanent hangar items based on whether or not I logged in to the event 3 years ago when there was no indication that this would happen. And somebody said this. So there's kind of two ways of thinking about this, and I think both are kind of valid, right? Is if you didn't log in during it, what exactly makes you entitled to it? Kind of true. But I think what the issue here is that this person doesn't feel entitled to it. They just doesn't make sense to not know, right? And I also agree around all the conversation around the Vandal Mask and stuff like that this is kind of just another miss from these events. And it's just them not really kind of understanding how to do these events in a clean and concise and non-problematic way. And hopefully they get a little bit better. Hopefully they learn a little something. But at the moment, it's a situation where I would like to see them do a bit better on this, but I'm also not too bothered with it either way. as a collector, whether or not I have this permanent collector item for my hanger, I will find a way to trade for it with in-game currency if I can't get it in the future. As a collector, that's what I would do. But at the same time, there's just better ways to do this, and I think they should probably, from my personal perspective, is do a little bit of a stepping back here and be like, you know what? If you back the game during those years, we'll give you the envelopes. Maybe they can't distribute that many or something like that. We know that they've had issues with those in the past. Really, just out here to kind of throw my perspective out there very quickly, and really, this is about putting a video out about hearing your comments, how you feel, your feedback. It's not all about kind of me in this scenario. I have my opinions, but I know there seems to be two sides to this one that are pretty clear. And what do you think? And should CIG do better? I think they could. But again, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll catch you in another SaltEMike Reacts video in the future, I'm sure.